I'm going to start with a question. Look at these two images. They represent tiles. This is based on a real story. Supermarket chain in the United States decides to remove the large tiles on the floor in aisles 2, 3, and 7 and replace them with these smaller tiles. Now, just to be clear, these are not products that are being sold. These are the actual tiles on the floor. And in aisles 2, 3, and 7, they decide to move from large tiles to small tiles. And this leads to an increase in sales and an increase in profitability. And if you want to know how this is connected to Hasbara, I'll explain in a minute. But can anybody guess? You can answer on vocally, or you can answer in the chat. Why did this increase sales and profit margins? Any thoughts? I'm waiting to see answers in the chat. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. Made products
People
for
digest
sale,
things better in
look
smaller
bigger.
bits.
What was that? Say again.
People digest things easier in smaller bits.
Nope. Made the brain move faster. Interesting. No, it actually made the body move slower. How's that? I'll give you a hint. Novelty factor. Interesting. No. So here's the story, right? People walk into the supermarket, they take a cart. A cart has wheels. Every time the wheels hit the cracks between the tiles, they make a clicking sound. When they enter the supermarket in the area where the tiles are large, the cracks are further away from one another. So the clicking sound is click, 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 and then they walk into aisle number 2. And suddenly the cracks are closer to one another, and they're walking the same pace, but they hear click, 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 click. People were observed slowing down within less than 10 paces into aisle number 2. And when they slowed down, they actually spent more time in the aisles, which meant they bought more products. It had nothing to do with the quality of the product, the appeal of the price. There wasn't any special offer. Now, why am I showing you this? Why did I start with this story? I started with this story because our understanding of how to persuade people, how to engage effectively with people, how to get people to listen to us, not just when it comes to Israel advocacy and Israeli-related conversations, has to do with the fact that the human brain is considered now to have 2 operating systems. And this is based on Nobel Prize-winning research in 2002 in the field of behavioral economics. By the way, by an Israeli, Professor Daniel Kahneman, for his shared work with Professor Amos Tversky. Basically what they said our brains actually have 2 ways of responding to the world, system 1 and system 2. System 1 is the system that led all of you to form an opinion about me by this point in our session. Meaning, before I even started speaking, you saw my face on the screen, you heard Sam speak. When I did start speaking, you heard my voice, accent maybe, and then you had an opinion about me. That's system 1. System 2 is, well, let's wait and see, let's solve complicated problems, let's do mathematical equations, let's compare the price. And what they found was that system 1 dominates our brain. At the end of our session today, unless you decide to go back and watch the recording, or unless you take rigorous notes like Anna is for us, then you will have 2 types of memory from our event today. The cognitive memory is what you will remember about the facts that I said, the arguments, the logic, how to approach. The experiential memory will be, did I like the session or not? Did he make sense? Do I feel that he was good at what he does? Did it feel to me like it could work? And a month from today, you might tell somebody, yeah, it was a great session. Something about Israel advocacy, right? Unless you actually proactively commit the knowledge to your brain, most of our memory of the world will be experiential. Why is that important? Because when we engage with people on sensitive topics like Israel, the war, different footage that they're seeing online, they are responding to what they're learning about us emotionally, and they will interpret what we tell them emotionally. And the problem is that many, many people who try to engage with other people about Israel don't try to engage them emotionally. They try to engage them logically. And logic, in this case, will rarely work, especially when we're talking about the online theater.